Hello students, good morning to all of you. Welcome to my YouTube channel English Sommelier. Dear students, today I am present here with a new topic, voice from grammar. Actually, I was requested by one of my students to teach voice, so I have decided to give a lecture on voice. Okay? Let's see what voice is. Voice is a form of verb in which subject does the action and subject receives the action. Dear students, voice functions in various ways. Sometimes it receives the action, sometimes it does the action. When in a form of verb, when subject does the action, it's called active voice, and when subject receives the action, it's called passive voice. Hence, this way, voice has two forms: active voice and passive voice. In the active voice, subject does the action, and in the passive voice, subject receives the action. Let's take an example for the clarification of active and passive. He writes a letter. Here, he is doing the action of writing letter. So, we are talking about the subject who is doing the action. So this sentence is in active voice. If we change this sentence into passive voice, this will come out into the form of this: a letter is written by him. We have transpositioned the subject to the place of object and object to the place of subject. Once you have carried forward to the place of subject, the object does not remain object, rather it becomes subject of passive voice. Similarly, the subject of active voice becomes the object of passive voice. It does not remain the subject of passive voice, rather it becomes the object of passive voice. Dear students, remember, I am going to tell you a trick to identify whether the sentence is in passive or not. There are two things that make the entire sentence passive. First is the verb of be form, means be form verb. Second is the third form of the main verb. Any sentence, if the sentence is passive, must have two things: be form and third form. In the be form, means be form includes is, am or was were, be, was, were, been. Okay? Without be form and the third form of the main verb, the passive is not possible. Passive cannot be made. To say a sentence in passive voice, it is necessary to identify, to find out these two things, these two factors that make the entire sentence passive. Dear students, you have also known that the changing of the words situated at the position of the subject, and also the changing of the words situated at the position of the object. Dear students, in the active voice, subject does the action. On the other hand, in the passive voice, subject suffers the action. Subject does not do the action. Rather, subject receives the action. If I say he writes a letter or Ram writes a letter, if I ask you a question, who is writing? Who is doing the action? Letter or Ram? You will answer Ram is doing the action. Alright? So Ram is doing the action, and the action of writing letter is being received by the letter. So letter is an object that is receiving the action done by Ram. This way we can understand other examples as well. I am going to tell you about the tense, how the tense gets changed. Now the tense does not get changed. I have made a structure through which you can change the active voice into passive voice. Dear students, write 1, 2, 3, 4 downwards, and we should write the tense: present indefinite, past indefinite, future indefinite, present continuous, past continuous, future continuous, present perfect, past perfect, future perfect, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, or future perfect continuous. Okay. Dear students, simple thing. Draw a line. Draw the line of an arrow from present indefinite to continuous. Present continuous. From present indefinite to present continuous. From past indefinite to past continuous. From future indefinite to future continuous. It means first tenses mean whether they are present, past, or future. First tenses will be changed into second ones. Now come to the third one. Third tenses like present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect, these are changed into present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, and future perfect continuous tense respectively. Okay. So I think first and third point is clear. First will be changed to second one, and third will be changed to fourth one. Now jump onto the second one. In the second one, we do not need to go anywhere else. Rather, we have to remain in the same place. Present continuous. If the sentence of the present continuous is given in active voice to change into passive voice, we need not go anywhere else to change it. Rather, we have to remain in the same place by bringing a word, being. Why? Because we have to change into continuous. As I have told you that there are two things that are necessary to make the passive voice: be form and third form. So if you make the main verb into third form, how will you use the continuous tense? How will you make the continuous tense? For this, we need to have being. Okay. In the present continuous and past continuous and future continuous, in these three we use being, and the auxiliaries are the same. In the fourth one, the auxiliaries are same, and we use being form, okay, for making the passive voice. For example, Ram is writing a letter. Dear students, we can change this active voice into passive voice as a letter is being written by Ram. I have changed write into written because it was necessary to make passive. But the sentence was already in continuous form, so the passive should also be in continuous form. Okay? For this, we have applied being to make the sentence continuous. Hence, we have to use being. Ram is writing a letter. A letter is being written by Ram. I have used is because I have to remain in the same place. We have not to get anywhere else. Is, am, are will be used. Okay. Similarly, in the other tenses, the auxiliaries are used. Dear students, I discussed the former point that the first tenses are changed into second ones. Let me clarify it. Tense is not changed. I say only for making your imagination, the imagination of the construction. that you have to go in downward. Means you have to come down. Present indefinite into present continuous, past indefinite into past continuous, future indefinite into future continuous. It's because if the sentence of active voice is given in the present indefinite, the auxiliaries of present continuous are applied to make passive is am are. Similarly, other auxiliaries are also applied to make passive. Okay, we go there for taking auxiliaries, not for changing the entire tense. Tense does not get changed. Okay, we go there only for taking auxiliaries. And one more thing, in the traditional grammar, it is said only 8 tenses can be changed into passive voice, and the 4 tenses cannot be changed to passive voice. Those 4 tenses are future continuous, present perfect continuous tense, and past perfect continuous tense, and future perfect continuous tense. It's not so. Now the system and the procedure of the grammar have been changed. You can change by using being. Okay, in the traditional grammar, it was prohibited that we should not use these 4 tenses to make passive. But I ensure you can use. I have seen this kind of example in various authentic books. Okay, you can use. Dear students, you can change the tense into subsequent tenses, like just as I told you. Next is the use of modals. Dear students, you have to add only be form to all the modal auxiliary verbs, and then the third form of the main verb, and the entire structure will be into passive voice. Example: can will be changed to can be, could will be changed to could be, will be changed into will be, and would will be changed into would be. Okay, shall will be changed to shall be, should will be changed to should be, and would will be changed into would be, and must will be changed into must be, ought to will be changed to ought to be. Okay, you can add be form. You can add be to the STEM model to make the passive. Example. For example, let's take an example. He can drive a car, or Sita can drive a car. Here the action of driving is actually being done by Sita, so Sita is doing the action. Therefore, the entire sentence is in active voice. Sita is doing the action, and the car is actually receiving the action of being driven. So, car will be carried forward to the place of subject, and Sita will be carried forward to the place of object. Can will be changed to can be, as just I told you. So, a car can be driven by Sita. Sita can drive a car can be driven by Sita. You have to use only be. You have to add only be to can, all the modals to make passive. And the most necessary element to make passive voice is the third form of the main verb. Never forget it. Okay? So, dear students, this way you can also change the modals. Dear students, next comes various special rules of passive voices that I will discuss in the next video, because this video is going to be longer. I don't need this video any longer. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you again in the next video. Okay? Bye bye.